Hi, it's Lisa from Lisa Heal Yourself, and I'm still out here on this beautiful day, and I wanted to do a video on identity shifting where we write a new book. Read a new book. Write a new book. Stop trying to write a new chapter. Okay, so most people, when they are sick, when they are ill, when something bad has happened, when they have anxiety, depression, fear, pain, illness, they're stuck in the middle of a book. They're stuck in the middle of a movie that they hate. They don't know how they got there. They don't know how to fix it. They are judging themselves. They feel ashamed. They feel hopeless. They feel lost. And they can't figure out the answer. Okay, you're writing a chapter. You're in the middle. All the bad things have happened. And you can't, you know how at the end of Act 2, well, I used to be a writer. At the end of Act 2, the answer comes to you. And you change and you go into this whole new persona as you go into Act 3, and the hero learns what he needs to know. He comes up against one last obstacle, and then he saves the day. Correct? We're not learning what we need to know. We're stuck. We're stuck in Act 2. We're not getting over that hump. We're not having that eureka moment. We're not able to write a new chapter because we don't understand what's happening. Too much has gone on. The plot is too thick and messy and confusing, and we have no idea how to write ourselves out of this chapter. Right? You've wrote yourself in as a writer. There's no good way out, okay? You're not thinking of it. You've tried, you've brainstormed, you're not seeing how you can pull all these loose ends together and make a success out of this book or this screenplay or whatever it is that you're writing. All right, so we're talking about your life here, not a book. You are in so deep, maybe. This has been going on so long. You've been stuck in this chapter for so long. You've been rewriting it. You've been trying to move forward. It's not working. You're stuck. Everything is messy. And you tell yourself, my life's a mess. Right? And then you say, oh no, I shouldn't say my life's a mess because then I'm going to get more of the mess. I need to say my life is great. But you just simply can't figure out a way to find anything good or great or peaceful or loving or joy or gratitude or health or comfort in any way. You're totally 100% stuck and you don't see it. Sometimes we can't write a new chapter. Sometimes it's too hard. And the only thing we can do when we're in the middle of a book that isn't going well, we're not writing it well, or the middle of a screenplay, or even we're reading a book that we hate. We really hate it. We're watching a movie. It's so scary. It's so disturbing. It wasn't what we wanted to actually be watching. The only thing that we can do is shut the book. Turn the movie off. Throw whatever you're writing away. Yeah. Why try to salvage something, even if you've been working on it for years and years and years, expressing what you want to express in the world? So we throw it out and we say, let's start a new book. Let's start fresh. Let's start with a new character, a brand new page, nothing left behind us. Now that is tough to do because in order to do that, we simply cannot look back anymore. We're not looking back at that old plot, those old characters, the old things that are happening. We are starting fresh. And in order for that to happen, we need to make a super clean break from the past. We start with a fresh perspective, a fresh character, fresh characteristics, fresh identity, and we move forward like we are brand new on the page. Doesn't mean we're not going to have obstacles. It wouldn't be a story without obstacles. We're still going to have obstacles, but this is the story that is filled with, it's lighter, it's funner, it's happier. Maybe we've gone from a horror movie to a romantic comedy. Maybe we've gone from a book that is so deep and disturbing and heart-wrenching to a light, funny, easy summer read. This is what I'm talking about. But this is when people heal instantly. People heal quickly. People decide to heal quickly. They have shut the book completely, and they have started a new one, right? They started with a new character, a new mindset. They aren't looking back at the old ever again. It's gone. It's in the trash. It doesn't exist. We're writing something completely new. And so those are the people that heal fast. They're what you call the fast healers, the miracles, the overnight successes. Now for the rest of us, we're stuck trying to write the new chapter. And new chapters also work. You can finish that story writing a new chapter. You're going to write a new chapter. You're going to start taking steps to put that plot back together, to get the rise of that character, to think differently, to do differently. That character still has to go through a precipice. They still have to change in order for it to be a good story, a good read. They still have to learn their lessons and move forward. So that character is on a new chapter, learning and growing. They're just still in the same story. They're still in that same life. And you're not going to give up on that story or that book. You're going to see it through to completion, right? So that's a slower heal. It takes a little bit more time. You're going to have to wrap up things from your old life. You're going to have to go back into your past. You're going to have to see the revelations. You're going to have to do the inner work. You're going to have to come up, rise up stronger, right? You're going to have to learn what you need to learn as the character in that story so that you can change, so that you can grow, so that you can move this story to completion. That's how stories work. They need to learn and grow and change. They absolutely can't stay the same. If you stay the same, you stay in Act 2. You stay in the middle of the book, right? You can't get into Act 3 without changing, without flipping the page and writing a new chapter, learning the lessons, doing the work, deciding, making decisions. You're going to be different now. You see the world differently now, right? So you can write a new chapter, or you can throw the book away completely, which takes way more willpower. You can't look back. We're not even going into the past anymore. We don't need to learn the lessons. We are starting completely new. And that is something that very few people can do. But if you can do it, if we can build your identity completely new, you're no longer this character. You're a completely different character who lives in a completely different place, right? It might cause you to have to move, to get a new career job, to get different people in your life, to get new friends, different relationships. Change everything at once, right? People, sometimes they do that. Sometimes they say, I've had it with this place, and they go reinvent themselves. They're like, on a whim, they sell their house, they leave their family, they go do everything, and they move somewhere else, and they become a different person. They just reinvent themselves on a whim. Now, I'm not saying you have to leave everything behind, but you have to change everything about yourself, about your inner characteristics, about your feelings and your life and the way you want to live in this world. Your worldview has to change. You no longer see this place as a dark, scary, sad, emotionally grief-stricken place. You no longer have the past and the history that weighs you down. You have to let it all go if you're completely willing to heal fast and to let go of that story completely. If you want to heal a little slower, if that's a little more comfortable, you're not willing to make a break, make that changes, get a new career, get a new place to live, have a new identity, see the world completely different, whatever that means for you. And you don't have to make big changes. You don't have to scratch your relationships or scratch your life or scratch your house in order to write a new book. But you have to become a different person. You have to become a different person who relates to those people in your life. You have to relate and see the world completely differently. So sometimes it's harder to do when you're still stuck in those same relationships, and we have a lot of old patterns at play, a lot of patterns and the way we relate to people and the way we see things and reminders all over our subconscious, reminders of how our current patterns are, and it's easy to fall into those. So we have to be strong. Now I see the world like this. This is me. I'm different. It's not just a choice, it's an identity. It's who you are at the very core of your being. So once again, you can write a new chapter or you can start a new book. But if you stay seeing the world the way you currently see it and relating to the world the way you currently relate it to it, and reacting to the world the way you currently react to it, you will stay stuck in your current chapter, in your current story, in the middle of Act 2 forever. And nobody wants that. We cannot allow ourselves to stay stuck there. The story cannot end there. It doesn't stay stuck there. We need to get the hero's perspective. We need to rise up, and we need to either change our current circumstances in the way we see this story, or we need to throw it out and get a new one. So those are our two choices. And it's sad, it's harsh, and it takes Sometimes people don't change until they're right at rock bottom and they realize, like, I have got to see this differently. And sometimes it's a slow change as they go through Act 2 and suddenly it dawns on them. They have a few eureka moments and suddenly everything changes perspectives for them. But if you've been waiting and waiting for that perspective to come and you don't see it, you're going to have to shake things up and change before you're ready. You're going to have to do the things that are required for you before those changes come internally. And you're going to have to identify with this new person, this new character, this new worldview, and this new way that you want to be in this world before it happens. So I hope this video has been helpful. I wish you healing. I wish you good luck, but mostly I wish you courage. I wish you the courage to change your circumstances, to change your life, and to know that you can heal. You absolutely can heal. There is no doubt in my mind. Will you choose it? When will you choose it is the only question. You can choose it today. Start. If you're too scared to choose a new book, choose a new chapter. Choose it before you're ready.